Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Jaqlin, and in this video we're going to talk about functions. What is a function? A function is a series of operations that somehow connected with each other. A function has input and has an output. In programming, functions are very useful in order to store code, so you can reuse them whenever you want by calling it as many times as you want. So there are three main types of functions: functions that take inputs and give you outputs, functions that don't take inputs but give you outputs, and the other way around, functions that take inputs but don't give you outputs. So speaking of functions that take inputs and give you outputs, I want to give you an example of what I'm talking about. So we're going to make a variable using the keyword const. We're going to name that variable, let's say mult, because we're going to multiply two numbers together. Let's do this. Okay, so const mult. We're going to make a function that takes arguments, which are the inputs. So we're going to give this function two arguments, number one. Let's name them number one and number two, and in the curly braces here we're going to write our code. So we're going to return number one multiplied by number two, and we're going to alert our function mult, and we have to give this function some values. Yes, sorry about that, I don't know what's happening, sorry about that. So we're going, oh shit. Yay, it stopped. Okay. We're going to give this function some values, because you know the arguments are there but you don't have any values, so you have to give it some values. Let's say 3 and 4. Now 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, so hopefully after running this code it will output 12. Yay, and here we go. So speaking of functions that take input but don't give you output, we're going to leave the same code, except we're not going to return. Or let's have another example. Let's make another variable, const. Let's name this sum. We're going to add two numbers together. We have our function, the two inputs, and in the curly braces we're going to write our code, but without returning anything, because we don't want to have outputs. So we're going to add n1 with n2, and whenever we call this function, it's going to alert undefined, because you didn't return, so you didn't push your output. So let's say we have the numbers 2 and 3, and after running it, it's of course undefined. And the last type, the function that doesn't take any inputs but give you output. Let's have another variable. Let's name it name. Function without any arguments. We have our curly braces, we write our code. Let's say alert the string which says my name, Jaqlin, and after calling our function it will output Jaqlin even though you don't have any inputs. So that's awesome, I guess. I don't know what's awesome about that, but it's awesome. Okay, so thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you soon. Ciao!